Welcome yet to another edition of Sports Jazz. My name is Isaac. Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yes, subscribe, hit the like button. Let's talk about football, guys. Let's talk about yesterday, Man United drawing with Arsenal at Old Trafford. What a game that was. What a game. And yes, I must say it was impressive for Man United. United and Arsenal played out a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford in the Premier League. Bruno Fernandez scored a brilliant free kick just before halftime. You have to give it up to him. I mean, he's quite a leader. Although Declan Rice came in the second half and equalized, a beautiful goal too. But despite Arsenal dominating in terms of possession, creating more chances, they just couldn't find a winner. You know, they had to settle for a point. Now, this is a real blow to Arsenal's title hopes, leaving them 15 points behind league leaders Liverpool, while United, I talk about Arsenal, but United are still seated comfortably in the 14th position with 34 points. But this goes without saying. Again, Arsenal will always be a smaller team compared to Man United. You have a right to say what you want, what you have to say. You have a right to dispute what I'm saying, but Arsenal will always be a smaller team compared to Man United. I'm telling you this, guys. I'm telling you this. I mean, we saw players yesterday, like players like De Ligt. I think he was a problem. Yes, he played so well. What a player! He played so well, defended well. He did the same thing also in the Rio Sociedad game. I think he was quite a player, defending so well. He was good in the air. In fact, yesterday with all those set pieces, United's defense, you have to give it up for Carlos Fernandez. We defended so well when it comes to set pieces. We defended so well. Although that goal also came from the other from a set piece, if you remember, but we defended so well. I just don't like how everyone forgot about Declan Rice, because that was like the third time or the second time he was trying to score. But yeah, we defended so well the set pieces. If you remember the match last year, December 4th, we conceded 2 goals from set pieces scored by Saliba. Was it Saliba? Not so sure, but with the Urian Timber. But yeah, so I think yesterday we did a better job. We did a better job, and also not to forget players like Aiden Heaven, who made his debut after Lenny Yoro coming off injured in the first half. Lenny Yoro, by the way, kudos. What a player. Very good. I can see he can play well as a left CB. He can play well as a right-sided RCB, you know. So he's an incredible player. But we saw Aiden Heaven making his debut yesterday. Played so well. Very, very well. I was actually even stunned. What a player. What a bargain. We got him for around 1.5 million pounds from Arsenal. 18-year-old. His physique is just, I mean, it suits the Premier League. He's fast. He's good in the air. He wins duels. He's a player that we need. And of course, we know currently Lisandro Martinez is out for the rest of the season with his injury. He's not coming back anytime soon. So would I love to see more of Aiden Heaven? Why not? I would love to see him. I only miss Chido Obi Martin. I think he wasn't feeling well. That game was meant for him. You know, if you remember the 2 clear chances Rasmus Højlund fluffed after coming on from the bench, I'm telling you, if it was Chido Obi Martin, one of those was going to be a goal. One of those was going to be a goal if it were to be Chido Obi Martin on the pitch. And I don't know what's happening with Rasmus Højlund. I think this makes 20 games without him being on the score sheet. I know it's frustrating. I saw him talking to clips circulating, him talking to Man United legend, former captain, and of course, former keeper, Peter Schmeichel, trying to console him. You know, whatever he was telling him, it looked like he was just trying to tell him, do not lose hope. Keep doing what you do, and you'll be a good player. And yes, I really want Rasmus Højlund to score goals, but I don't see him being the lead striker next season. In fact, United has to do. I don't want him to be sold, by the way. Reason being, not every striker starts firing goals at an early age. No. Most strikers start 24, 25. That's when they start really scoring goals. So I know we have players like Wayne Rooney. We have players like Kylian Mbappe. Very many players that burst onto the scene and start scoring goals right away at a very young age. But majority, again, start firing goals after 23, 24, 24 years and above. So maybe he needs a loan spell, but we definitely need an already established striker next season. In fact, to put Chido Obi Martin under his wings while he fires and scores goals for us. Onana, yeah, I think he needs competition. He needs competition. And yes, if suitors come in the summer, bro, let him be sold. But yeah, he did well yesterday. He did so well. He did incredibly well. But Ryan did very, very well. Sorry, David Raya for Arsenal. I'm telling you, yesterday, especially in the last 20 minutes of the game, Arsenal was on the back foot. Unless, I mean, tables turned. Raya was the man of the match yesterday. He was outstanding. That last save, Bruno Fernandez that almost scored, went down, came back out and punched the ball out. You know, incredible, incredible. There are other games too, rather other shots that he saved. You know, United could have won rather 4 goals yesterday by 4 goals. You know, especially in the second half, we really turned up so well. The first half we're so poor, miles behind, always on the back foot. But after that goal, Bruno, it's like the whole team was rejuvenated. It's like we came back to life. It's like oxygen was pumped back into the players. In the last 20, 25 minutes of the game, the resilience from the boys, the passing, the game reading. And I know, of course, we had even more defenders on the pitch. Amorim also talked about it, but it was really incredible. Although, yeah, we have players that are supposed to leave. Ericsson, he shouldn't have come back on after the first half. He should have left right away. I mean, he should have been subbed off. Because we see now he can barely play in the midfield. He can barely play behind the striker like how it was yesterday. I think it's time up for him. Look, he's an incredible player. Casemiro had a very brilliant, beautiful game yesterday. So far, his best game ever since Amorim joined. And shout outs to him. He did so well yesterday with Fernandez in the midfield. But I still think he should leave in the summer. I still think he should leave. Then, of course, we had Alejandro Garnacho. What a player. What a player yesterday. In fact, Ian Wright said he was the real reason. He was the main threat in that game yesterday. And it's true. He had Calafiori running rings. He disturbed Calafiori so much. In fact, we saw he had to be subbed off. So well done, Alejandro Garnacho. I hope you improve. I know, yes, you've been getting a lot of stick, but just keep playing how you played yesterday. Everything will turn out so well and so good. It was quite incredible yesterday. Another player I would love to talk about, of course, before I talk about Bruno Fernandez, because yes, I have to give him his flowers. Joshua Zirkzee, brilliant player. He also missed one chance. Ooh, that's what I'm saying. David Raya was the man yesterday, But yeah, Joshua Zirkzee, it looks like he's getting better every now and then, every game. His hold up is really nice. He's quite a player, very, very interesting. And I'm not surprised that we have him. I mean, we have him playing. That I'm not surprised that Amorim has him playing now back to back. It's quite incredible. And of course, I love the player. I hope he also improves. Yeah. Which other player should I give flowers to? Mazraoui, very good yesterday. Outstanding. Very good. But Dalot, no. Dalot, no. Honestly, guys, Dalot needs to leave. Dalot needs to leave. Without a doubt, he needs to go. He's been poor this season, playing as a left wing back, very poor. Playing as a right wing back, still poor. He can barely cross. He can't lift the ball. I mean, out of 100%, I would say he's 38%. He's been poor this season. And he needs to leave, by the way, at the end of the season. But that's my take. That's my opinion. He needs to leave. I just don't understand. He's poor, whether played on his, rather on the right, or played as the right CB or right wing back. Poor even when played as the left CB or left-sided wing back. So I don't know, but I don't think he's that kind of player that he's going to take us or that is going to help the team. With all the years he spent at Man United, I remember he even went sometime for a loan. He left the club, came back. I don't think he's a player to be at Man United next season. Now, the main talk, the main man who has to get his flowers, of course, Bruno Fernandez. What a player yesterday. Most of you have been comparing Odegaard to Bruno Fernandez. Now, yesterday was a game, or is a game, that if you were watching so well, this debate should not be again put in the air, or rather, no one should mention this again, comparing Bruno Fernandez to Odegaard. I'm not saying Odegaard is a bad player. He's a he's a proper bowler. He's a proper bowler. He's very good. Now, of course, the man of the season, the man of this video, Bruno Fernandez. What a player! What, and majority of you that keep bringing the conversation, the comparison between him and Martin Odegaard. Well, you got your answer yesterday. I mean, because comparing Bruno Fernandez and Martin Odegaard has always been a fun debate. And yes, it's true, both bring unique qualities to the pitch. But me, I say, sorry, Fernandez is a better player to me. Not that I love Man United, I support Man United, but no. Fernandez is he's a clutch performer, and his goal yesterday, that stunning, beautiful free kick, shows you his knack for delivering in big moments. And since joining Man United, he's consistently been a creative force with 54 goals and 43 assists out of 164 Premier League games as of now. His work rate, his vision, the ability to score, game reading. I mean, they make him a standout player. Yes, I know his passing is a bit off. He's passing around 77.8 compared to Odegaard's 84.9. 84.9%. By the way, Odegaard also has, out of 51 games, he has 19 goals and 13 assists. But yes, they do not match Bruno's volume yet. But yeah, he's an influencer too on the pitch. I mean, he's very good, especially when it comes to dictating play and setting tempo. Again, I still think Fernandez is a better bowler to me. Yes, Odegaard, slicky playmaker, pulling strength with his passing and movement. But just this season alone, you see, I think he only has three goals and 2 assists. No, 3 assists or 4 assists and only 2 goals. So it's not been so good. It's been a bad season for Martin Odegaard. I'm talking about this season. So overall, Bruno has got an edge in direct impact. More goals, more assists, those wowing moments like the free kick yesterday. But as I've said, also, Odegaard is also good in dictating tempo and elevating his team's play, although not much of a game changer like how Bruno is. So yeah, if you want a player to produce and give you results when your team is under pressure, when you're under pressure, if you need that kind of leadership, Bruno Fernandez is your kind of guy. Hate it or like it, Fernandez is your kind of guy, and he's going to do that for you. Sports Jazz, once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Isaac still here. Real quick before we end, a few moments ago, approximately an hour ago, Gary Neville, Man United legend, although he talks trash at times, had an interview one-on-one with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Of course, Ineos, that is Ineos we're talking about. And I'll pick out just a few where they asked him about the club's financial status, and he said, look, he was trying to defend why he's letting off people, why he's cutting off people, the canteen, those meals being closed. He even talked about how they let, I don't want to say firing, but yeah, how they let Sir Alex Ferguson go. He had to call him, sat him, out of respect. He's a legend. Talk to him, explain to him what the problem is. Explain to him the position of the club financially, and Ferguson had to, step away from him being the ambassador. But he said United would have run out of cash by the end of this year, 2025, even after me injecting in $300 million. And if we buy no new players in the summer, we are in the process of change. It's an uncomfortable period. Disruptive, and I do feel sympathy with the fans. The simple answer is the club runs out of money at Christmas if we don't do those things. That's what I was saying, trying to justify all those cuts and the expenditure, laying off people. Then also about Eric Ten Hag, he said under Eric it was erratic. There were some great performances. Obviously, we won the FA Cup against Man City. Other times they didn't show up. Yeah, and about yesterday's game, he said, I think we saw a glimpse of the future against Arsenal in the second half. They were quite cohesive. You saw a bit of the game plan. The players played their hearts out for Man United. You could see it. You could see that the leaked tackle, or that tackle that Aiden Heaven made. It really meant something to him, and that's what I was saying. I pointed out earlier. The leaked Eden Heaven were incredible players. Yeah, he went on to say, we gave Eric Ten Hag the benefit of the doubt. It was a wrong decision. It was an error. That is correct. You shouldn't have extended or triggered that 1 year extension. You should have let him go. Instead of extending, then midway the season, you have to let him go. You have to fire him. You have to give him because you're just terminating his contract. You have to give him, was it 10 million pounds? You know, it was really a bad decision. It was a bad decision. They should have let him go right before the season started, because now they brought in a manager, Ruben Amorim, who has a completely different style of play and needs different players, you know, in his squad to execute what he wants. But yeah, he said, we gave Eric the benefit of the doubt. It was a wrong decision. It was an error. I think there were some mitigating circumstances in having made that decision, but at the end of the day, it was a wrong decision. So hands up. In fact, even in the clip, he did this. In that, he's trying to hit back at Dan Ashworth, who was also fired. Then he said United would have run out of money at the end of this year in November. So that's why they're doing, you know, he was justifying what's happening, you know, letting all those players go. So yeah, that's it. If you want to find the whole interview, go to Gary Neville's or even all Man United outlets. I believe in other journalists are going to put out the whole interview. Please, once again, guys, subscribe, turn on the notifications, hit the like button, spread the sports jazz gossip. Join the family. Sports Jazz, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. I am officially signing out. Cheers. Glory, Man United.